Good morning and welcome to this week's issue of Print TV, brought to you by australianprinter.com.au, the new website for Australian Printer, the country's oldest, biggest, best, brightest and most well-read print magazine. If you don't get your monthly copy, please get in touch with us and we'll send one on to you. This week's news is actually led by good news, thanks to author J.K. Rowling and the latest instalment in the Harry Potter blockbuster series. Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, parts 1 and 2 was released on Sunday and printed by Griffin Press down there in Adelaide. The print run has not yet been released, although it's already the biggest selling book of the year in Australia. It's unlikely to top the more than 1 million copies of the Order of Phoenix, which was the biggest selling book here, but nonetheless, great job for Griffin Press to get. Of course, Griffin Press, no relation to Gryffindor, we'd think, in the Harry Potter series. Actually, Griffin Press is about to launch its new 20 million plus HP digital print line. Griffin moving away from offset completely. It's got the wide webs from HP in there, the T-series machines along with Indigo, and it will now become a completely digital operation. Official launch for that is next month. Also moving away from offset is Fairfax Media, and this week the company announced a near $1 billion write-down impairment in the value of its titles, $500 million of that coming from its Metro titles Sydney Morning Herald and Age. And Greg Howard again gave the strongest possible hint that the time for the printing the weekday editions of the Age and the Sydney Morning Herald is coming to a close. And that was followed just 2 days later by the biggest investor, or biggest sole investor in Fairfax, who told Highwood to get on with it and close the weekday editions sooner rather than later. So the end of an era coming there. You soon won't be able to pick up your copy of the Sydney Morning Herald in your local cafe, have your cup of coffee in the morning, catch up with the world's news. It's all going to be digital. But that's the way of the world, isn't it? The other, in the commercial world this week, focus is still with Michael Wu's business. Long Beach is now back up and running, Long Beach Printing, the business that Wu bought from John de Groot in January. And it closed mysteriously a couple of weeks ago, and now it's reopened. Website's open, doors are open, phone calls are being taken. John de Groot, the general manager there, isn't commenting on what's going on. But we presume the administrator is trying to sell it, and also trying to sell on demand, which has been through the mill. We don't know, it's conflicting stories going on there of who's actually running it, the Abogatas brothers, somebody else, but what we do know is that the administrator is trying to sell it, and we also know that the debts there run into hundreds of thousands of dollars. 10 major creditors, 40 minor ones, not many of them likely to see much money from that, unfortunately. Another business in Melbourne that went under recently, Pax Printing, well, Stephen Tedesco's Affinity Press has bought the client list there, but again, the creditors' return will be probably pretty much next to zero, so tough news for that. Trade credits terms, they're becoming an issue. COD is becoming, the push for COD is becoming stronger, and why not? Well, that's it for another rollercoaster week in Australian print. This is me, Wayne Robinson, signing off and wishing you all the best for next week.